I'm Lisa Kowitt from www.goodhomegarden.com, place for all your home and garden projects. And today I'm going to be showing you how to trim your camellias. Now, there's two different types of camellias, Camellia Sasanquas and Camellia japonicas. I'm going to be trimming my Camellia Sasanquas today. And that's important to know because of the timing. Sasanquas bloom in late fall, early winter, and japonicas usually bloom in the springtime or early springtime. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, Zone 7B, and it's a late January day, a very nice one, so it's a great time to trim my Camellia Sasanquas. They have a few blooms still remaining, but no buds, and I can get a jump on that unwieldy growth. The next month or so is still a good time to trim. One thing I also want to talk about are the tools to use for trimming. Now, my Camellia Sasanquas are only about 4 feet tall, so I can use a tool that is a lot lighter in function. So I'm going to be using this shearing tool today for my camellias. However, if you have thicker branches, or if you're trimming it into more of a tree form or trimming trees, this is a good heavy-duty tool to use. If you're doing mass trimming very quickly, for example hedges, this would be a great tool to use. Camellia Sasanquas, for me, are a graceful bush, so I'm not going for the meatball or rounded, very rounded effect. I'm going to be trimming them at different heights, so some branches will be left taller and some shorter than others, so that they still have that graceful looking height. So let's get started. So here we are out in the garden with my Camellia Sasanquas, which I'm ready to prune, and you can see that they need pruning. The thing about Camellia Sasanquas that you might want to consider over their very familiar cousin, the Camellia japonica, is that they have profusions of blooms. The Camellia japonica blooms are a little bit larger, but the Sasanquas have profusions of blooms, and they occur in late fall, beginning of winter. So they're a great plant to have in your midwinter landscape. Now's the perfect time, as I said, to trim them because most of the blooms are off, although you see I have a few blooms still remaining. And all of the buds are gone. So it's a great time between now and the next month or so to trim them. I'm going to trim them in their graceful form so they still look natural, which means some of the branches are going to be taller than others. So the thing I want you to notice is when I'm trimming them at a slant. And the reason for that is that directs the growth to come outward the way that I want it to come, not to go into the plant where a lot of problems can occur, such as trapped moisture and trapped air. The other thing that can occur is when branches grow inward, they have a lot of friction against each other, which also causes a lot of problems. So I'm cutting it at a slant to go out from the plant. The other thing I want you to notice is that I'm cutting it right above a bud joint. This will allow the optimal growth for the plant. So a slant, the direction you want it to go, and above a bud joint. So I'll cut some of them tall and some of them short, so I have a graceful appearing plant. If you do a hard trim back, you can get the lower growth that you might want, but it'll take a couple of years of blooms off its time. So it's better to do a gentle pruning each year. Now, some other things about Camellia Sasanquas is that they've been hybridized into many different varieties. You can have them in tree form, tall ones that you trim up to tree form or are already tall, or you can even have ground cover ones. The blooms vary in size from 1.5 inches up to 4 inches, and there's all different kinds of blooms. They have single, semi-double, and double types of blooms, also many different colors in pinks and reds and whites. So it's a very versatile plant, and as I said, a great one to have in your winter landscape. And that concludes this video. If you'd like more information, please go to my website at www.goodhomegarden.com for more information on all your home and garden projects. Thank you.